nerves tighter, and every point is already beginning to feel like a final. Good morning, India and table tennis fans across the world. We are in day 4, 28 ITTF 82
Semi-final round of
Asian
women's
Table Tennis
team
Team
for
Championship
Champions Division
hosted at
at
Athletic Center
Table
of Kalinga
1.
Stadium.
Match is
A big,
between
big thank you to all our
Korean
hosts.
Republic versus China. Semi-finals of men's team for positions 5 to 8 at table 2. India versus Democratic People's Republic Korea. Semi-finals round of men's team for position 5 to 8 at table 3. Iran versus Korean Republic. The finals of men's team for position 17-18 at table 4. Macau, China versus Kyrgyzstan. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome all the players. And now it's time to announce the umpires at each table. Table 1, MS Bindu, India. Satoko Sueshi, Japan. Table 2, Hasim Sheikh Mohammed, Iran. Songphol Kumsan, Thailand. Table 3, Chisakol Varayanam, Thailand. Ran Kiming, China. Table 4, Azam Ibrahim, Maldives. Neeraj Singh, India. We wish the players all the best and I request the umpires to please take charge.
ITTF 82 Table Tennis Federation of India, Odisha Sports and Youth Services, and Odisha Table Tennis Association. Thank you for bringing this tournament to India. And in today's lineup, we see on table number 1, China taking on Republic of Korea. World number 1, Sunyan Shah. World number 1 versus Shin Yubin, world number 13. And as the history goes, in last 7 counters, world number 1, Sunyan Shah has already ruled supreme 7 times in a row. And as far as the ranking goes here, some of the stats are as follows. 8, Sunyan Shah 24 and Shin Yubin 21, and the latest ranking are number 1, Sunyan Shah, number 13, Shin Yubin, and Shin Yubin has played more matches as compared to Sunyan Shah. 534 versus 472. Career titles shows a different stats altogether. Sunyan Shah 27 versus 3. Now let's see that whether Shin Yubin, the challenger, would be able to take revenge from Sunyan Shah's last 7 defeat. What do you think so? My co-commentator Nishad is going to talk more about.
Well, thank you so much, Sachin. Great to be here. It's day 4, obviously, and we are into the semi-finals. So this is table number 1. As you can see, that's Shin Yubin, ranked 13, the golden girl of Republic of Korea's table tennis. And as I was seeing, she's one of the youngest table tennis players produced by her country, because she made her debut at the age of 14. And since then, she's been a part of their setup. So it's actually been a really great journey for Shin Yubin, and she really carries her team forward. And talking about Sunyan Shah, 2 consecutive Olympic silver medals, of course, and there's a rivalry that she has with her own with her own countryman actually, and that is Wang Manyu. Along with, of course, she has combined extremely well with Wang Chuqin to win the mixed doubles events, obviously, in the last two Olympics. So a glittering career on the one side, but you've also got Shin Yubin. But from a Korean perspective, I'd like to say that this is definitely a much better performance, because the last time it wasn't a memorable campaign back in Kazakhstan. So when they had played the championship in Astana last year, Korea unfortunately had finished sixth, and it was a difficult result for them. They had lost to India in the quarterfinals. Then they went into the 5th to 8th place classification, won one of their matches against Singapore. Then they stumbled, of course, against DPR Korea in the final playoff as well. So a better performance. They are definitely in the top four here. So Korea will definitely come in with their heads held high, but they also know that there's a challenge before them, and the challenge begins by facing the world number one, Sun Yingsha.
While you definitely narrate a big story here of the stats, on the other table, some interesting matches are going on.
Oh yes.
India taking on DPR Korea, Iran men's team, Iran versus again Korea there, and we could see Manav Thakkar this time is opening the first match for India.
Yes, it's actually Manav Thakkar taking on Ham Yu Song there, as India and Korea take on one another, and that is again a classification match for the positions from 5th to 8th. And on the other table, just adjacent to it, is Republic of Korea taking on the Iranian team, and it's again the man who lit up yesterday's tables, I would say. He is there, and that is Benjamin Farazi is taking on An Jae-hoon. So while we are going to watch this classical encounter, hopefully, which unfolds on table number one, we will also keep an eye on the other tables. There's also a match that's going on between Macau, China and Kyrgyzstan. That's, of course, among the classifications for the 17th to 18th place. That's also very important, because these are emerging teams and they are trying to overcome, or rather they are trying to come up the ladder.
Oh yes, absolutely. Coming back to action on table number one, Sunny and Shah in the red t-shirt, Shin Yubin in black and blue outfit there. It's an interesting outfit.
Oh yes, and we can see even the Korean men are wearing something similar. So it's something about the Republic of Korea, isn't it? It's their artistic touch that has also gotten so popular around the world. The K-pop dramas are, of course, very popular. We all, of course, talk about the Gangnam Style, which released back in 2012. So yes, Republic of Korea have stretched, or rather they have spread their culture through these little things all round, and now if they're going to do that in fashion, it's only a matter of time that we all start copying them as well.
Right now, talking about copying, I am still yet to cope up with the yesterday's match between Benjamin Farazi versus Lin Chae-dong. It was such a one of the best matches, is something what we have seen so far in the tournament.
Yes, and now we are getting ready. It's going to be Sun Yingsha who's got the serve first up. Facing her is Shin Yubin. Here we go. Semi-finals are underway. And it's China who have gotten off the mark immediately. Now, Sachin, here's a question. Yes, we've kept focusing on the fact that China, of course, are the leading nation in table tennis, but put yourself in Shin Yubin's shoes. What are you thinking? What are you approaching? I would say, think like Benjamin Farazi.
Yes, absolutely. So while the stat shows that Sun Yingsha has beaten 7 times in 7 encounters, but I guess on your day, or maybe when you're preparing for such events, and in fact, they prepare for such kind of events only. So there's hardly a difference between number 1 and 13. Maybe in terms of rank and all, there's a difference, but it's all about that. What is the kind of temperament you have, and look at the stroke that Yubin has just displayed. I don't think so anywhere Yubin is lesser than Sunny and Shah. It's all about the right mindset. It's all about the right temperament and belief that you have that you can do it, and keep doing it repeatedly till you get that last point.
Yes, on her own right, she has been a champion herself, Shin Yubin. This time it just hits the top of the net and it goes out. But looking at what Shin Yubin has also achieved, it's incredible that at the age of 14 she made her debut back in 2019. It's just over 6 years since she walked into the Republic of Korea national team, and here she is at the age of 21. And that's what, right? When you start so young and table tennis allows you that opportunity, you become a veteran by the time you're in your early 20s. And then you can build on that experience, and possibly in your mid 20s is when you really hit your peak.
Yes, absolutely, and you require that early years. I would say between 4 to 10, early years you require to understand, to I would say put your footwork, hand and body coordination into your muscle memory, and most importantly, understanding the spin of the ball, the racket touch, the different kind of rubbers, and post that, actually your international journey begins. So it's depend upon player to player, as we have seen that kids who have started, one of them child prodigy is Harimoto, who started pretty young at the age of 4 and 5, and beaten world number 1, the dictator Malong, at the age of 14. And you could see Sanin Shah leading by 3 points, and this is where there's a quality of the difference that comes in, that if these balls start something what Yubin is trying to displace her more on the forehand, if these balls starts getting more onto table, there could be there. It's not surprising that tables would actually turn up, and Yubin can go higher. Oh, it was a beautiful spinny backhand signature, I would say, from Sanin Shah. Very, very strong player on backhand.
In sport, generally, when things happen unexpectedly, we also say that tables can turn. Well, that takes an even deeper meaning here in this sport. Table tennis, after all, you're playing on the table. But just also focusing on what Korea have been able to achieve over the last few years. We spoke about their culture, how they have become so popular around the world thanks to their television series, music, etc. But we've also got to appreciate what they have been able to achieve in sport as well. They hosted the Football World Cup in the early 2000s. Their football team is very good. They've produced some fantastic players. We've seen Korean players do well across different sports. Their hockey team also has been doing well at the Asian level. They've been contenders around the globe as well. So they seem to have a system where they are encouraging young children to pick up sport, and that is something that's really worth emulating. It's really great. Seems to have just hit that a little bit out wide. Few youngsters now in the crowd.
Taken out time on Tuesday morning to watch semi-finals and other position matches between the best teams across Asia.
Yes.
8-4. Sanin Shah comfortably leading by 4 points.
Yeah, it's a comfortable lead, all right. And as you know, that Shin has never beaten Sun Yun Shah in her career. They have faced each other 7 times, with their first match going way back in 2018.
This time, ripping backhand. The ball, the receive was not tight, and Sanin Shah didn't wait to finish that ball with a power smash.
Easily done by the looks of things, and that's what the scoreboard will also indicate. It's 11-4 in the first game, and the world number 1 is on her way. Sun Ying Shah one of the real greats of modern table tennis, is here in Bhubaneswar to make her mark for her team, for her country. At the other side, you've got obviously Shin Yubin. But now, just looking at what the Chinese coach may be trying to convey to Sun Ying Sha, yes, that is the planning, right? You are on top, you're doing very well, you're world number one, and you have got the better of your opponent in this semi-final so far. So, but you still want to keep your foot on the accelerator and not take it off. You don't want to press on the clutch or the brake, and that is what the coach would be continuing to tell her.
And on the other side, good news for Indian fans. Manav Thakkar got the first game against Song, 11-6, and leading by 7-3 in the second game. But there's a different tale on a different table number 3, where An Jae-yoon has got the first game against Benjamin Farazi.
Oh yes, in fact, back then, some time ago, it was quite neck and neck. It was 7-5. So in the last phase of that game, Jae-hoon has really dominated. So Farazi, sorry, just up against it over there. Sometimes it's also about coming back and focusing on the next one. What a shot! Look at that. It's classic. It's textbook. And it's something Sachin would continue to pass on to his students.
Yes, absolutely. This is the result of thousands and thousands of multi-ball that Chinese players go through, and it goes so much deep into their muscle memory that he can play these kind of strokes in this league. But bit of a change brought in by Yubin with that shovel service onto the forehand, bit slide out there.
Yes, you spoke about the Chinese system. It's like they prepare for almost everything. But for now, just slowing the pace a little bit, and that is what actually gets Shin that second point. So it's the first time that she's taken the lead in this match. He was nowhere close to the lead in the first game.
Yes, it's all about understanding the serve a little bit. I mean, to see if you can get on to the serve. Right now, the way Shubin picked up his serve with Banana there, you can be really comfortable in the match, because the way Chinese dominate the table is it starts with the service and starts with the receive. That's where their domination begins, and over after that, with their powerful strokes, they psychologically dominate the table. And missing out on these kind of backhand is actually costing Yubin the first game. And this is where I was talking about the belief comes in, that you can do it. And if you can really put these kinds of ball on the table, there's the chance that you can actually do wonders. Beautiful shot by Yubin. 4-2 lead. That's great. And on this other table, Manav Thakkar has got the second game here on comfortably on 11-5.
Yes, and he's up against some really spirited players there. You know, we've seen some great performances from the DPR Korea men's team, of course. It was so good yesterday. What a shot! It was there asking to be hit, and look at that. Shin didn't even move. In fact, if anything, there was an acknowledgement from her that she was soundly beaten.
You should appreciate such strokes so that you can move on to the next one.
Yes, and now then he may have conceded the early lead, but Sun now being ruthless. And this is the Chinese machinery, isn't it? They just continue to produce these superhuman table tennis players. The system is so entrenched, and it just identifies all those promising players from a young age, and this time it's just a little bit out wide, and now Sun has taken the lead, order restored for her. Well, when you look at the Chinese system itself, there are millions playing. And out of those millions, if some of them, what a hit. Yet again, that big booming forehand, winning that point, and now a 2-point lead. So talking about the Chinese system, they've got millions of players, and even if some of them go to other countries, they'll be the top players in those countries. That's how much talent you'll find in that one country alone.
Yes, absolutely. You rightly said that there's so much of talent sitting out there. They are already spreading across the world. You would see a lot of players in US team also stemming out of China. Australian team also has Chinese players. But as far as the China is concerned, they are only concerned about only one thing: producing Olympic gold medalists, nothing short of that. And when you have that kind of a goal, you prepare the system backward. That what all does it take to get that gold medal, and in that process, you eliminate the non-performers from the performers, and you keep putting on the muscle behind it. So when you see only Olympians playing in it, such an inspiration for the other members.
There's a good serve there by Shin. Manages to get a point. Well, talking about that, of course, when you've got that system and you identify those players, and when there's a goal that's big and everything is channelized towards it, now that's again another good passage of play for Shin. She's level proceedings again at 7-all. So this is a good fight in this game, one would say, but she's got to maintain that intensity and move forward.
Absolutely. Now this is where you will need to get a belief that yes, she's going to get this game. She is going to fight for the every point, not going to make those errors. Because at this level, if you make the errors on the first 4 balls, there is a high chance that you won't be able to win it, because Chinese are very, very consistent. Sunny and Shah is so consistent. You see, first 4 to 5 balls, Sunny and Shah, no way she's going to give it to that skinny backhand that she has, and what she glides on the table. She literally flies. You could see that muscle memory, that movement is so much fitted into their muscle memory that other person has to really, really be focused and determined to get the point. And with this, now ripping backhand, 2 points lead, 9-7. On the other side, Anjayu leading by 3 points, 8-5. Manav Thakkar has got the second game, leading by 2 points in the third game, 5-3.
Look at the intensity. Amazing intensity from both the players. But ultimately, it was Sun who triumphed in that 16-shot long rally. That's a Stupa statistic for you. And Sun has now got game point to go up 2-0 in this first match.
Beautiful placement there by Yubin. Displaced her onto the forehand, and easily she just waved out the ball onto the backhand. Sunin Shah didn't even try to come onto that ball. She knew that the story ends there, on the forehand placement only. Sunin Shah to serve, 2 game points. And with that error, Sunyan Shah again 2-0 up, repeating the story, moving towards her 8-0 victory. Yubin has to do something really different. She has to control these first 4 balls, really like an eagle there, that you cannot miss out on your target.
The Korean coach just passing her tips along to Chin over there. He's trying to tell her that she's got to focus. Yes, you're up against one of the big players. And, you know, on the other side, Sun Ying-sha, you spoke about producing Olympic gold medals, but fortunately for her, she's not won it. But she's won silver medals. But who has she lost to in the final? The last time she lost to Cheng Meng, her own countryman.
Yes, absolutely. So Cheng Meng is no less. Again, she is a much more fierce and consistent player. And specifically, talking about Cheng Meng, what do I say about that deceptive tomahawk serve she does? She reverses the racket. She does that service on the extremes of the table. You would have no idea how to play those serves. First of all, that fierce eye movement, the way she focuses onto a ball, and then placement of the service.
And also, we lost to Cheng Meng even in the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo. So it was 2 back-to-back finals that she lost. But again, you lose it in the singles, no problem, because she won the gold along with Wang Chuqin, of course, in the mixed doubles last year in Paris. He also won the team gold in Tokyo and Paris. So one way or the other, she's produced the goods for her country. And yes, I know they look at the gold medal, but silver is no less, of course. Silver is amazing. Having said that, we also know the theory, or rather, it is very. It's a well-known fact that the bronze medalists generally end up happier than the silver medalists because you have won the bronze in that contest, but you lose the gold to get the silver.
Oh, beautiful placement by Yubin. Where have you been all this while? Leading by 3-0.
Yes, it took her a little bit of time to warm up actually, and I think just getting into her stride right now. That was a very good counter, impressive. This actually tells you the kind of talent that she has and why she's rated so highly back in Korea.
Yes, and this is the kind of game she would expect her to play. Beautifully.
Wow.
All the three strokes were just class. Nothing short of that. Perfect length, perfect movement. A little shot onto the forehand. Ball was almost on the grip of Yubi. Now that's the kind of a game I would love to watch, and Yubin would want to play that. Even if you are missing onto a point, you are very close to it. You are fighting for every ball.
It's 5-1 now, so finally Sun has broken that streak that Shin was on.
A short service, pressure on the world number one.
Yes,
in
and
receiving.
this is very impressive from Shin. Very, very good. You talk about being impressive, but look at that effectiveness. Saw the vacant corner and just managed to hit it there.
And here, good news for Indian fans. Manav Thakkar has won 3-0.
Once again, another backhand, getting that point.
Coming back to the backhand. Oh yes, absolutely. 7 points lead here.
Oh, she just tried to jab at it, actually. Not even tried to cut it, but she just tried to jab at it. It's gone a little bit out. The second point now for Sun. But this has been a game to remember. Not to now
Oh,
focus.
that's a lesser spinny push this time. Sanyan Shah, a little short onto the backhand. 8-3. Sanyan Shah missing her backhand rhythm. Yes. Even now you could see that when you're down with 4 to 5 points, it could generate a lot more pressure there.
Maybe it was something that the Korean coach also pointed out and conveyed it to Shin that you can go and attack on her backhand. They had quite an animated chat earlier.
Oh.
And what placement! What placement! It was a block, and the key was not just getting your ball onto the racket, but also giving it the right direction and placing it away from Sun.
If I were to talk about that point, it was a perfect class setup. A deep slice onto a backhand, a long cut, and then ready for that power shot for the placement on the forehand. Okay, now she is a blocker.
With that fantastic rally, it is now 11-4, and finally Shin has won a game against Sun in this encounter. Boy, this is amazing. This is absolutely fantastic. That rally itself, and I've got a stat for you and I've got to throw it out here. Out of the 7 matches earlier, Shin had won only 3 games out of 7 matches against Sun. This is the 4th time that she's been able to take a game off Sun. So an achievement on its own, but the quality with which she has done it, fantastic.
Absolutely. When you see this is the kind of game, you got to play absolutely a perfect setup. You could see smile also on the Korean coach there, that much more relaxed, that you are playing absolutely perfect game. Go for it. You can do it. Perfect placement. Your receives are fine. Your blocks are fine. Just maintain the rhythm. Don't hurry up. Wait for your turn to turn the table. Players are reporting back for their fourth game. Sunny Shah, after that third game, would be under a little pressure, but they have been trained with such pressure a lot of time, specifically because they belong to a squad called Marvelous 12. Now, Marvelous 12 are the players, it's a squad. Tiny squad there where they keep only the best performers who have gone through multiple levels of deeper training.
Yes, and it's a good start for Sun there with the backhand, managing to get that point and get things going. Unlike the previous game where Shin had started with a 5-point lead, all right.
A bit of a change in the toss spin. This time she didn't go for a power attack, just spin the ball on the third line. A great change she brought in.
Now, if you were a Republic of Korea supporter, then you would have had a look at this. So the last two times that these two faced, come back to that, and what a backhand. This is good from Shin. She has just shifted gears and come into a very good space. So at the WTT Champions Frankfurt in 2023, Sun won 3-1. So it was the first time actually that Shin had gotten a game off her. You all know. Then the last time they played each other was at the championship finals in Doha this year. It was 4-2 to Sun, but she won 2 games. That's Shin there. Shin won 2 games, of course, against Sun. Now she's won 1. If you're looking at the sequence, then the Korean fans will say, make it 3. It was 1, 2, now make it 3 here.
Yes, she can. She has the possibility of making it 3 today. She is absolutely in the right flow.
Yes, the flow is good, the form is good, and you can just sense that she's watching the ball. It's always about seeing that ball, right? You know, it can be as elementary as that. What a placement yet again. We looked at it on our screen and we also looked at it on the table, and just to get a sense of how good Shin was over there. Tremendous.
Yes, I guess she's repeating. She has got on to Sunny Shah's game. She is constantly pushing her to a backhand and deep forehand. Sunny Shah with that short serve, came heavily with the low backhand there. So Delhi, Sunny Shah to serve, 3-4. Yubin would definitely want to take this point to keep the momentum going. It's a beautifully read service. Went for that banana. And something what I've seen that whenever Yubin converts forehand from the banana, after doing that banana, she gets a much more tighter hold on to that rally. Missing out.
Misses the serve. Gosh, you know, when you fault on your serve, it really hurts you. It really hurts you because you've got that under your control completely. You're not reacting. You're the one setting the pace. And if you make a mistake, it can also haunt you sometimes.
Obviously now Sunny Shah leading with 2 points. Yubin taking a timeout. Good decision.
Yes, a timeout will help her recalibrate her strategies. Just as you can see that Sun may be inching ahead, and because this is such an important game. Now, looking at the action from the other tables, and let me also give you a bit of an update over there. As Sachin mentioned earlier, India have taken a 1-0 lead against Korea, that is the DPR Korea, and Manav had beaten Ham Yu Song 11-6, 11-5, 11-9. The second match has started there. The first game is going on. Manush Shah is leading 6-4 against Ri Jong Sik.
Absolutely,
And Sachin, sorry for interrupting, but on the other table, Benjamin Farazi lost the first two games, but in the third one, it's now past the deuce. It's now 12-11. In fact, by the looks of it, he may have even won that. We just did a
Absolutely.
confirmation for you.
yes, in the third game, yes, Farazi has got the third game there,
Yes, he got it 13-11.
and coming back after the timeout, Sunyan Shah to serve. Heavy backhand, back to back. Cross court and down the line. And point is yours. At a blink of a second. Can you imagine how fast this game is?
Well, if you want to get a sense of how fast this game is, then whoever's in Bhubaneswar, then come and join us. Look at that.
Look at this power shot. The
Oh.
way she played into the body.
You know, when we are at a distance, we can actually see the table tennis balls. But here, backhand shot winners, the percentage is good for both of them, 71% Sun. And a little bit ahead is Shin at 75. But this time, because of that, the percentage is going to go a little bit low now for Shin. That backhand not landing on the table. 2 points away now, Sun, from sealing this deal. Make that 1 point away.
Match point. 6 match points rather to Sunyan Shah. And with that error, Sunyan Shah has comfortably maintained 8-0 lead now over Shin Yubin. This is where what we were talking about, Nishant, that it's all about the mindset. The way she played the third game, the placement and the mindset and the rhythm was completely there. But it was easily broken in the fourth game. The way Sunyan Shah came with the 2 back-to-back points with a heavy backhand puts a lot of pressure there. And that's the kind of practice Chinese player does. That they put in so much of pressure on themselves only that in such situation it becomes a popcorn kind of a situation for them. And Manush Shah taking on first game, and here we have Stupa stats about the winners of Sunyan Shah. Lot more on the backhand side, almost 30%, and you could see the fireworks and the showers of backhand there. 30% on the backhand long and 30% onto the middle. You could see that backhand and the center is somewhere she has given a lot of homework to Shin Yubin. Go back, again come back. We will face for the 9th encounter someday, somewhere on earth. And happy news on the corner for Indian fans out there. Manush Shah taking on the first game against one of their strong contenders, Jong. Yesterday we have seen such a head turner and a game turner, Jong there.
Well, now we are also getting ready for this next match on table number 1. China taking a 1-0 lead in this semi-final. It's going to be the world number 2, Wang Man Yu, taking on the world number 36, Kim Naeong.
Now the common thing for next 2 days would be we only be talking about world number XYZ to world number XYZ because they are the top 20 players across the world, mostly whom you are going to be facing each other again and again. They already know each other's game. So it's all about their good day or a consistent day. By talking about Wang Manyu, a very, very strong player. Taller in height, powerful in terms of strokes, both backhand and the forehand.
Yes, Wang Manyu has truly had a great career, of course, at the World Championships. He's got 7 golds. The World Cup as well, 2 golds. And at the Asian Games, she's won 2 gold medals in the team event. So that's been a good record, of course. And at the moment, obviously, she is the world number 2 behind her counterpart, as we just saw her some time ago. Well, also to tell you that Wang Manyu is coming off a fantastic campaign at the China Smash. She won the singles title there, beat Sun Yingsha 4-2. So it's just, that's what, right? I mean, sometimes as a Chinese supporter, one must be thinking, got 2 players in the finals, who do we support? Either ways, it's a win-win. Then it may all boil down to, I think, friendships and relationships. If you know the players personally, then that's how you support. If you don't, then it's just about the country getting the medal.
Oh yes, country getting the medal and such stage is certainly the priority for the Chinese management there. The first point to Wang Manyu. This is what China practices. They do not want to lose even a single point at the starting. Another point to Kim. He's trying to control Manyu from the starting, and look at this. Manyu changing the position, coming onto the center of the table, and now Kim has also changed the service position. Power backhand. He was trying it. This time, she perfectly timed it. Kim to serve. A bit of a tough luck, but again, it was well returned by Kim. Manyu was slightly double-minded there. Should I go for a power attack or should I go for a placement?
Yes,
And-
a little bit in 2 minds, but that's what, right? When you're in 2 minds in that split second, then that's when you make the error.
And with that mistake, certainly, Kim said that I won't mind this point.
Because you just have a split second to decide. If you're in 2 minds, you make any decision, you're not going to execute it fully because you're not there 100%. Having said that, now Wang just getting that 3rd point for herself. These two have played each other on, looks like 3 occasions before this.
And on the other table, Farazi 2 points up in the 4th game.
Yeah, you can't take your eyes off Benjamin Farazi, particularly considering what he achieved yesterday. And just a while ago, we saw the mascot of this event interacting with the fans. The mascot has been around the city of Bhubaneswar as well. More than Sachin and me, of course. Oh, what a hit. Manages to get that point. The competitive one that's going on. And it looks like Benjamin Farazi is going to take this match against Ahn Jae-hyun into the 5th game.
Slowly, Kim is coming back in the game.
Gradually, yes. It's a gradual ascent, you can say. But having said that, it's also imperative that they maintain that intensity, because in the previous match we saw how Shin had completely dominated that 3rd game, but then the wheels just came off in the 4th. Now it's all level yet again, 5-all. Has got the chance to serve. Now comes a little bit towards the center. What do you make of this?
Yes, he's trying to control Manyu from her backhand. You see, the way the more and more services she's doing from the center, she can command the receive, and she knows that Manyu would push her to the backhand where she's ready with a lethal backhand power stroke. Look at the service. Beautiful strategy there.
Well, also to tell you that Wang Manyu has never conceded a game against Kim. So Kim has got to do something really special. Of course, he's leading by 2 points. Hits that out wide. He was trying to block that one.
Manu not successful in putting back Kim behind the table, and with that spinny backhand, just spin the scores here, and it is 7-all again.
Yes, 7-all.
Pretty quick, forehand and backhand, lightning speed. Kim, you were fabulous there.
Very good. That was very good. And Benjamin Farazi has taken that match into the 5th game. That match that's going on table number 3. Gradually moving up now. She's 9-7 leading Kim. Kim, who has never won a game against Wang. Is today the day that's going to change? Wang says, hang on, not done yet.
Yes, absolutely. Kim definitely would want to take this game to put Manu under pressure there. Manu made that mistake. She could see the opening there, missed out on the timing. With that now, 2 game points to Kim. You just got to believe in you, and the point will be yours.
Now again, serving from the center.
This time, she changed the strategy, put the ball onto the forehand and backhand match. The first game, wow, has gone to Kim now.
It's for the first time that Kim has taken a game of Wang Manyu. So it's a significant milestone for her. The world number 36 taking on the world number 2. And it was a very good performance. She was decisive, slow to start with, but then later she closed it out very well. And a 3-point margin would indicate that Kim was largely in control of proceedings. But now Wang Manyu, we all know that she's a champion. The Chinese coach obviously won't be panicking. He will just pass on the tips as calm as a cucumber and will only ensure, or rather will hope, that Wang is going to execute those strategies, which she has done ever so often.
And with calmness, I would say that keep calm and ready to see a lot more chaos here. The pressure is heating up onto the table. It's 1-all for India. Jong got that lead of, rather equalized the score of 1-all on the set with the 12-10 game. And on the other table, Farazi and Anjayu match is right now at 3-all. 4-3, Anjayu up. Farazi showering the attacks, left, right, center there.
Meanwhile, just coming back here onto this table with Kim. Speaking of proceedings in the second game, this is the second match of the semi-final. That was quick, it was pacey, but in the end, it's Wang Manyu who gets off the mark. Well, it was there to be hit, and you could just see the way she shaped up for that one. Wang Manyu had gone way back, and Kim has started off in the second game. Well flicked, but then she puts her hand up. They have just taken the top of the net on its way over towards Wang Manyu's side of the table. What a hit. That ripping backhand coming off Wang Manyu. During the previous rally, it was Kim who dominated and had managed to smash one towards her. And now Wang Manyu equalizes with that ripping backhand. Onto the net, gradually just taking a lead here, Wang Manyu.
Yes, having a good control over the strokes now. That was a perfect banana there. She literally kneeled down. The ball had so much of a backspin there. She literally went for a deadlift backhand. And now leading with 2 points, 4-2. Manyu to serve. And on to the other side. The battle is on between Anjayu and Farazi.
Well, she tried to get that backhand in, but it just climbed a little bit onto her. So didn't get that elevation over the net. Wang just taking a 2-point lead now. It's a good lead. She had started well even in the first game, but then it was Kim who really hit back. Well, that's gone out. And that lead gets even better for Wang Manyu. Well, hit well, hit hard, away from Kim. Now it looks like, having conceded the first game, Wang Manyu is gradually taking control here. The world number 2, it was only a matter of time before she really brought in her A game. We're talking about A game, then Kim also has to bring that. Maybe an A++ game if she's got to beat Wang Manyu. It's for the first time today that she's won a game against her. She's got to get that sequence together, change of pace, had to lean forward to hit that, got a connection, but it was a good connection which has ensured that the ball sails over the table rather than landing on Wang Manyu's side. Mistake on the serve. It's happened earlier as well. Not for Kim, but for her teammate Lin. Decisive with that forehand, and it's going to be game point for Wang Manyu. Winning this by a good margin, converts this game point. Change up from the corner of the table. And with that backhand, he has managed to equalize here. It's one apiece in the second match. Wang Manyu winning that 11-5, and it was only a matter of time before she really shifted gears and brought out her best. And talk about the other table, it's 8-6 in the fifth game between Benjamin Farazi and An Jae-un of Republic of Korea. Benjamin Farazi leading 8-6. Lost the first 2 games, won the next 2. Boy, that cricket is really incredible. It's amazing that we've had this talent on show here in Bhubaneswar. Also, the talent on show is Wang Manyu. There on your screen, the world number 2 in conversation with the Chinese coach. The umpires calling on the players to return to the table. is obviously an air of assurance whenever the Chinese are around the table tennis tables. That is their territory, it's their zone. That's where they dish out some of the best table tennis artistry that we've seen all across the globe. Has that taken the edge? It looks like it has taken the edge of the table, and that's how Wang Manyu begins this third game with a point. Wow, made room, and it was a thunderous forehand that got her that second point, and she's off the mark in this third game in convincing fashion. Wang Manyu, the world number 2, doing what she does best. First game, he's trying to tell us, was just an aberration.
Rally there. That was quite a power rally there. Beautiful. Each and every ball with the same intensity by both the players. In the end, that strong placement on the forehand. Manyu dominating with a 3-0 lead.
Was dominating here, all right, but over there, it's Farazi with the match point. Meanwhile, Kim, persistent with that backhand, manages to get that point. Farazi is going to face, in fact, with him on 10-8. And Benjamin Farazi has won that match in the contest between Iran and Republic of Korea. He won that 5-11, 7-11, lost the first two, then bounced back 13-11, 11-7 and 11-8.
Coming back from the excitement from the other table over here. Manyu leading by 2 points. The way Manyu is playing right now, Kim got to do something different, and yes, something different, something she does from the center of the table. He wanted to go for that killer backhand.
Was
it
it
was
there?
such a powerful backhand there.
But was it there to hit that? Because initially she slowed the pace down with a serve, made Wang Manyu come forward, and there didn't seem to be that pace. She had to enforce it. In the process, maybe just hit it a little bit too hard, and on this occasion, it's off the net and gone out.
Yes, it was a setup done by her. That center, backhand, and then go for the power. So it's a strategy typically power player uses. Okay, quite a power play there.
Amazing.
Reached on to that extreme forehand.
It was amazing. Just the way that that rally ultimately transpired. It was a lot of power. You could just hear the ball echoing around the Kalinga Stadium. Off the net initially, puts her hand up, but then with that backhand, that's what we've seen from Kim. She's so consistent with the backhand, and that is why she's able to hold her own. And just during some of the last few points that she's won, we've seen that she's actually opted for the backhand because that's her strong suit.
Absolutely. Now this is where Kim is trying to get into the game. She knows that it's 6-4, any point. And here, timeout has been called.
Yes, an important timeout at the moment with the game very much in the balance, and even the match in the balance.
China has taken out a timeout here. The coach could see that Kim Manyu is losing the grip on the match, and one more point, Kim would keep Manyu under pressure. That's the moment. You got to go back, do your revision, have a discussion with your coach, give some food for thought. I can go back so I can I can do something what you want me to do. On the other table, it's DPR Korea now leading by 1 point against India, and Farazi did the magic there.
Yes, Farazi is playing in fact on table number 3, and he won the first game, of course, first match rather, against An Jae-yun. Now it's going to be Oh Jun-sung taking on Alamiya Noshad. That will also be an interesting match. But talking about table number 2, the first match there was won by Manav Thakkar against Han Song. Manush Shah won the first game against Ri Jong-sik, but Ri Jong-sik managing to lift himself out of that muddle and has made a good recovery. The next match over there on that table is going to be really an explosive encounter because it's Ankur Bhattacharjee against Chon Jong Bom. Two very energetic players. And you can see that energy on this table as well. When you've got the world number 2 on offer, the energy levels will always be high as Wang Manyu goes to 7-5.
And timeout worked for her to break the rhythm. Kim looks still very promising. From the looks of it, she looks like a far more confident player. The way the body language is, not over celebration, no under celebration, and with the powerful backhand and she has. So much of power she generates.
Yes, but this time that backhand may be a bit more power than she would have liked, and which is why that's gone off the table. As you spoke about Kim, she has been playing for some time. She is world number 36, played 295 matches, and is only 20 years old. So that's a lot of experience there for her. But she's up against a player who's one of the greats currently, and the 26-year-old Wang Manyu has now moved to 9-5, is eyeing closing the game immediately.
Yes, and you may be having power, but Manu is displaying the power play here.
Yes, and you actually look at the Chinese players and everyone talks about the fact that they've got the power, they have the speed, but also look at the way they also use the deft touch whenever it's needed.
That is where they spend a lot more time on the mindset preparation. Even if right now the Kim has got this point.
In fact, it's Wang Manyu who's got that point. She is now on game point.
She's on a game point, but she's right now defending. She was defending 5 game points then. Now
Oh.
she's defending 4.
Yes.
Manu missing on to that backhand. She could see the opening on that down the cross court.
Yes, my apologies. Sometimes just get a bit of a disorientation when there are so many tables around.
Not just disorientation. The game is so fast that you are unable to count. You can't count. So that's the power of table tennis.
Yeah, well, my maths teachers would confirm that I can't count. But with that, I can clearly confirm that Wang Manyu has won that game and she has moved to 11-7 and taken a 2-1 lead against Kim here in the second match of the semi-final between Korea and China. Wang Manyu, the world number 2. It's a story and it's a glittering career, and it looks set to add more silverware, more medals in the cabinet for China.
A bit of a tough luck for India. Manush lost 3-1. Now it's 1-all, and you would see Ankur Bhattacharya on the table. Bit of a smile exchanges among the players there.
But it's going to be a great match because yesterday we saw Chon Jong Bom, just the way that he performed yesterday, and it isn't just about the match that we saw on table number 1, but later when he was playing on another table as well, and we had an eye on him. It was incredible to see the way he performed. I will just get the scores for you. So they were playing the quarterfinal against Chinese Taipei, DPR Korea that is, and Chong Jong Bom won a 5-gamer against Lin Yen Chun. It was 11-4, 12-14, 11-8, 4-11, 18-16. But not just that, in the match that we saw him against Kazakhstan, he won that in great games against Sanzar Zubanov. So a very spirited player. And yes, those familiar with the Indian table tennis circuit know how good Ankur Bhattacharjee is. And Wang Manyu off the mark yet again in this important game, eyeing that 3-1 win against Kim.
Kim was a bit confused. Should I go for a power attack on that lob ball? Manu completely taking a grip on the game. Though she lost the point, but she's putting a lot more pressure on Kim with her attack and keeping largely her in the center. Manu has changed the service angles and she could hit of a tough luck there. Manu has gone back to the strategy, something what Kim has been using on her. I would do service from the center. Even I have a pretty good backhand, which I would love to demonstrate there. Yes, exactly what she did. A hit for that.
Meanwhile, another intense game going on table number 3 with Iran and Republic of Korea. The men taking on each other, and Naushad and Junsung are really battling it out in the first game.
Again, this is the second time Kim has missed, I would say, a easy ball. Nothing easy though in table tennis, but looks easy from the distance. But the ball had so much of a less spin. She's getting double-minded. Wow, wide hand open backhand. And now that backhand has pushed Kim to take a timeout there. Broken the rhythm and the confidence, certainly. She was on toes with her guts out.
Just conferring with her coach there, Wang Manyu, in the lead now 4-2 in this fourth game.
Lessons have been taken back to the board. Oh, beautiful two block by Kim. Though the rally was controlled and dictated by Manu there, the Kim pin her with her blocks. 3-4, Manu to serve. Beautifully placed at that time. It is beautifully set up by her. Now it is a game of grit and placement.
Well, and this is the kind of time where Wang Manyu will actually close this encounter by the looks of things, because knowing her success rate, they have lost the first one. But just as I said that, Kim has delivered a thunderous shot to ensure that she gets another point. Manu just rolling forward.
Manu beautifully utilized her height. The ball was riding onto her, but she literally stretched her onto toes with that backhand and taking control over the rally. that is the sign of greatness when you don't want to give up a point. Suddenly, this time, Manu didn't go for a power attack, turned around, hit with that short toss spin, placing more onto the middle side of the table. For the viewers who do not know why players hit the ball on the middle side, so that they know that already the opponent is ready onto the backhand. If I'll hit fast, the ball will come with equal speed there. So they change the spin. Nine score. Manu moving towards victory. No. Kims is saying I am still in the game.
Yes, still in the game for now, and it's still 9-5 for Wang. And Wang Manyu, though, will serve, and will be hoping to wrap up in those next two serves, of course. Not quite. Gonna serve again. Now she'll attempt to make it 10-6, of course. He makes that 10-6, and now it's going to be match point. Match point for Wang. Pressure on Kim as she's got the serve back. Kim Naeong started well in the first game, but then it's the world number 2 who means business, and that's it for her. A strong comeback after losing the first game, and Wang Manyu took the next 3. This third one has gone in her favor, 11-6, and now China move up 2-0 against the Republic of Korea.
As usual, the scores are China leading here. Even if they are losing on a couple of games, it's good for the confidence for Korean team that yes, you did a good job, but we will be defining the moment, and the momentum is tilted towards China.
Yes, and it's going to require something really special now from the Korean women to bounce back here. And the next match is between Lee Yun-hye and Wang Yi-di. And for Republic of Korea to stay alive, Lee Yun-hye has got to produce something really special. It's not going to be easy, of course.
No, nothing is easy when you're playing and defending yourself against the world's best. Nothing is easy. They keep switching the players. They don't focus so much on the ranking though, but they keep switching and rotating the players and make them ready for critical matches. Now, Wang Yi-di versus Lee, and here this is crowd cheering for Ankur Bhattacharya there.
Yes, an energetic encounter. It's already 7 apiece between Chon Jong-bom and Ankur Bhattacharya.
It's 7-all.
Yes.
Right now, though Ankur was leading, but Chon has no effect of crowd on him.
Chon has shown remarkable skills. The 20-year-old there, playing his first big tournament.
Yes, Ankur in his element there, pushing him to play more mind and aggression both together. It's an international stage.
Meanwhile, just having a look at these two players, that's Wang Yi-di on your screen, that was earlier. Now that's Lee Yun-hye on your screen, 30-year-old, who's ranked 40th in the world. On the other side, it's Wang Yi-di of China. She is 28 years old and she is currently ranked 5th in the world. These two have never played each other, so it's the first time that they will face each other at the highest level of table tennis.
love always the sound of a ball, and the practice is so awesome. Exactly. And with that, here in the crowd, Ankur Bhattacharya leading by 2 points with 10-8 there. Definitely a good moment, a bang of the buck for the time they have spent. And yes, he has got the first game in style with that banana flick onto forehand.
Well, it's a start here now, and a good start for Lee, pushing on towards Wang's forehand. Going to be Lee now to serve yet again. A high toss, very high toss. We've seen quite a few of those through this tournament. Quick rallies, a good start. It's 2-0 up now for Lee, so a positive start for Korea in this game.
Quite a different style of serve here by Lee. Creating a lot of spin using the gravity. Just onto that knee attack by Wang here.
Yes, Wang is obviously Wang Yidi is number 5 in the world. Has won a few titles over the last few years.
Oh, she went on to that forehand. It was a beautiful block. Ball had so much of a flighted spin. Wang is completely.
When you actually look at the Chinese women's table tennis team, then they've got all the top 5 ranked players in their squad. But for this match, they haven't opted for Chen Jintong and Kuai Man, who are ranked 3 and 4. So they've gone directly for the rank number 5. Well, when you've got so many choices, it of course makes it difficult for you, isn't it?
I would say not. I would say that they have a difficult choice. They have an easy choice. They want to make the players ready for the difficult situations rather. Yes, of course, they want to always go back with the gold medal, but they also prepare the other players and put pressure of gold there. Yesterday we could see Lin Chigong opening up, well defended by Liam Jinkan in the men's match. Here, that could be the strategy to make the third player ready.
Oh, absolutely. And you need to make that next line of players ready as well. And that is why the Chinese system is so far ahead of everyone else. It's not just about winning the medals, but it's also about creating that flow of players who keep continuing that momentum and get that success at the highest level. And how does it happen? You keep giving them opportunities.
Absolutely. And they also need to see that the more the confidence comes up, they also challenge each other in the larger tournaments they had. And you can only get the confidence and courage up when you play against the other country's higher ranked player. Oh, Wang Yidi didn't let ball pass through. She was shielding it. He was guarding it. He was guarding the fortress completely. Lee tried everything. She's talking to herself. Forget about the rally. Come back here. You would get your openings right. One more point here for Wang. Missed out at backhand.
Now moves ahead there, Wang. Wang Yidi at 7.
An apology issued by Wang here for that slow spinny receive she did. Sometimes this is a language only players can understand. Lee consoling herself. It's okay. You were leading there. Now it's Wang's service. Unlike Lee, Wang doesn't toss the ball much for her height or services. Keeping very close, tight control over the spin and the length. And a bit of a surprise she generates with the thump she does. Yes, in the technique it matters a lot that you would have less surprise when you are actually tossing. Much more power.
I'm just telling all our viewers that whenever you hear a roar, then that means that Ankur has scored a point on the other table. Indian match going on there. How pacey was that? And ultimately, the net also played its part role there, right?
Absolutely, net certainly played a part. Wang wanted to first kill that cross ball with the backhand, but she could feel that she was not in well position and in the mindset to kill it, so she placed it. It's a good way, even though she didn't get the point, but that was okay. She didn't want to play rash, because playing rash can actually disturb your mind and break the rhythm.
It's gone off the net.
So sometimes even if you lose the point, you actually don't lose on to the mind that you have, and that is more important. With this, 8 all, mind it. Lee is fighting back.
Well, I love the way you said minded, just like an Indian film lead character. It's interesting that you've got two players who are world number 1, world number 2. They have really brought in a lot of success for China. That's gone a little bit out, and there's a difference in between them when Wang's got the game pointer. There's a bit of a difference, and I was looking at their records. Like the other 3 players now, keep aside players at the top, okay? Like, for example, Sun Ying-sha, Wang Manyu, Olympic medalists themselves. Chen Xington, Kuai Man, Wang Yidi don't have Olympic medals, but they have still managed to make a mark in other events, and now making a mark right now. Wang Yidi having won that first game 11-8.
11-8. On the other table, bit of a change in the tail here for Indian fans. Uncle lost the second game at 11-7.
Now the Korean coach just indicating, you can read the body language now right through. If we had the mics there, we wouldn't have been able to understand since we aren't well versed in the Korean language. But what do you think must be the message? Looking at the body language and the action.
Looks like that what she's saying is that when you're pushing Wang Yidi with that sharp backhand onto the extreme, why don't you push it in the center as well? Don't play on the same place, because Wang Yidi, Sun Ying-sha, they all play together. They are very, very sharp with their backhand. So make them move a little bit and then make a room for yourself and go for forehand. Smile on Wang Yidi's face. Manyu face, sorry. She's done her job there.
I've got a question for you, Sachin. Now, in tennis and other sports, we've seen often when coaches or players talk to one another in breaks, they would cover their mouth because they don't want anyone to beat them and everything. I don't see the table tennis fraternity do that, ever.
You mean to say to say they don't express much. They express a lot when they are behind.
No, they aren't concealing what they're expressing. Because the others are concealing in the other sports because they don't want the other team to know in case someone's watching. How pacey! And it was great, and ultimately Lee got that point.
Yes, see, the point is, while we are seeing the expression there, but right now the focus of the player is only with the coach, and you only have a minute. So either you focus on to different players, Mario around, Razzmatazz around, Blitz around, Roar around, or you focus on to the point on your business. So I would rather, that's the reason. They're minding their own business, they don't worry about the expression, and that's why the timeouts are there for.
That's taken a top edge and that's gone way out.
And the way it went out, I saw that there's a ball boy running out there for the catch. Obviously, a freaking any player, it doesn't matter what sport they play, they would always love to play a little bit of a cricket there, catch the ball.
How good! Look at that. It was on the backhand, and then ultimately on the forehand. Good switch.
Yes, absolutely. And Lee and Wang are playing the same game with each other. That's what the coach of Lee was guiding her. Displace her onto the backhand and then forehand, but this time Wang could read it. She was far more speedy than Lee.
What did you make of that serve? Was it a little bit more explosive? Yes, it didn't quite work, but just pressing her body in that serve.
So she pressed the body, but I guess she wanted to. The length was not perfect though, and it lost the rhythm. And that's why Lee turned around and hit that ball. Had the service be a little shorter, there was a chance that she could slow down Lee. She waited, Wang waited, and then came heavy loaded backhand there. And you could see, I'm seeing at the back, Sunny and Shah has already changed her clothes. They know the result. And that's the confidence they have. She's wearing a white t-shirt right now, and backing herself. They know the result. That's the kind of confidence you carry on your teammates. When you're the world's best, that also shows there. And the show is right now being dictated by Wangi D with 6-2 lead.
Yes, just with that third point there, though, Lee. Onto the net. What a return. Yet again, on the backhand. Now, she may have been told to focus on the backhand, but right now, because the backhand was so good, Lee didn't have the room or the window of opportunity to maybe push her on the forehand and change the proceedings.
Oh, Lee was completely not in position. She wanted to go for a finish down the line. But it was a beautiful reading Wangi D had done. She beautifully read in between the lines
And this
pushed Lee backhand.
and this is now a significant lead here. It's 9-3. And make that 10-3. She's got game points. So she's well poised to go 2-0 up. When compared to the first two matches, Sachin, now Wang Yi seems to be in a lot more control and more formidable in this one.
Obviously, and obviously if you are more competitive than you have been. We saw that Sunny Shah was up, and the third game, the way we saw that Korean player came up with that kind of a precision and confidence. Yubin was completely confident there. You could see the rhythm of the best of the best being broken there. But obviously, look at this. Wangi D completely dominating there. We're winning that point, and with that point, now she's leading by 2-0, inching towards the victory. beautiful gameplay by her. The way she smashed was arrogant in her backhand there.
Well, it was quite comprehensive in the end. 11-4, Wang Yibi just managing to win that one. Now the Korean coach, look at this, Sachin. As you can see, the Korean coach still passing on her tips. They are up against it. Really, what can you do in such a situation?
Slow down the player and go for more power attacks. Go for more power attacks there. But you can displace because you can't win. You can't just win on speed. You got to change your mind. You got to change your rhythm so that you can displace. So nothing much can't be done. But yes, at this point of time, your self-confidence matters a lot. When you're down by 2-0 and the second game, you saw with the power backhand the way Wangi D dictated, she said that I'm up just for 3-0. Bring it on whatever you have.
And Wang Yibi now is going to face, and she is up 2-0, and China have the opportunity to now win this match completely. But it starts off with a point to Lee.
Yes, this is where we got to take a little more charge that can a slight change you can bring in on every point. Don't give them confidence, giving them the same speedy ball. Look at this, good placement done.
Very good placement.
Wangidi was expecting a ball onto the backhand, and you have to bring these kind of little surprises there to be in the right position.
Well, that loud roll from here again. From the other table, the Indian match is going on against TTR Korea, the men's competition that is.
Quite a speedy rally it was. Wangidi with a beautiful shot cut to his toe.
Just as an update, in the Indian game, Ankur Bhattacharjee has won that third game over there. So it's going to go into the fourth game against Don Jong Gom coming back here.
Quite a footwork there by Lee. The second ball she blocked out Wangidi, which she wanted to surprise her onto the backhand. Looks like that she well covered up. Finally, taking a 2-point lead against Wangidi.
2 points lead, an early advantage, already leading this match 2-0.
Oh, that was quite a stretch for the power backhand by Wangidi. What a power show there. Lee is equally confident there with her power strokes, and that's what I'm observing, that unlike Rubin, the other two players is far more stronger onto the backhand. The play styling is very lethal.
Taken the lead now, Lee. It's 4-2.
Oh, that was a spinny parabola banana by Lee, and that's a surprise. He brought in for Wangidi. She was expecting a ball there. The surprise.
So there's a surprise.
Oh, she wanted. She was beautifully changing the rhythm with that forehand. Wrong. She went wrong with the timing of it. Timing matters a lot. Time is precious in table tennis. Wang Yidi was ready, absolutely ready in the center. Look at Lee, she's consoling herself. You were right, you were there. Now, she's taken a timeout.
Well, an important juncture to take a timeout, because at this moment you could sense that it was Wang Yidi who's just kind of bouncing back, and also the fact that she's 2-0 up, so you want to break that momentum as well. Maybe if Korea have to sneak in here, then this could possibly be the opportunity, and coach also seems to have spotted something indicating the backhand and now the forehand. Sachin, I'm going to leave you to it. Read that body language for me.
She is asking her to make a room for yourself whenever you are going for a slower toss spin. The ball is also coming slow from the Wang Yidi. You have got a nanosecond to stitch, because you cannot switch when the ball is with the equal speed there. So you are using a right strategy, that when you're slowing her, go for a more forehand control. That's something what I could see from the body language there.
Well, the Chinese coach generally doesn't give much away when he is there. You don't see those big gestures, and when you've got players of this quality also, it's not often that you have to say something to them.
Obviously, they all need guidance, because they don't take any player lightly. They only take one thing seriously, that's a gold medal and performance of the players. So of course.
But that is the great thing about China, right? They've got their they've got their sets, or rather they've got their eyes set really high.
This time, look at
Sights
this.
set high. Yeah,
What
sorry.
Wang Yidi was doing. Exactly. That's what even the Chinese coach said. Don't go for speed all the time. You also surprise her. She's trying to break your rhythm with that spinnier backhand, with your spinnier banana.
This was about actually Wang's consistency more than anything else. You could see that she was blocking, and she was the one actually creating that rally.
Oh, yes, if you could see that, it was a long, deep push Lee had done, and Wong was not in position, but the way she controlled with that loose toss spin. See, they are playing far more slower game in first 3 balls right now. Unlike the first 2 games, maybe the second game, something was Wang was playing. Lee could see that she slowed down the spin. She's pushing her. Go for a punch attack onto the 3rd and 4th ball. I would love to put a neural link there that Elon Musk has made, so that I can understand that what their mind is thinking.
Don't put one on me, that's all I'll tell you. I don't want you to know what I'm thinking. That's what made one of India's big management universities once approached a sports person, and they told him that they wanted to study his brain, and they wanted to, I don't know, stick some things to his head and look at his thought process, and he just laughed at that. Like, I just tried to keep it simple.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, Lee wanted to go for a spinnier winner against Wong.
Yes, and
Couldn't execute it. Was a bit out of position.
but the idea was right. The idea to do that was right, because the spot was open. It just flicked the net and it went out.
Yes, absolutely. The idea is to don't give overspeed to Chinese player. They are the fastest.
I know a lot of coaches and players around the world in press conferences keep saying that follow the process, but it may sound as if it's only an innocuous statement. It's not. It is the reality. And if you want to look at someone following the process, don't look beyond the Chinese national table tennis setup, because everywhere they are only following the process, and which is why they have so much success. They follow the process in the minutest of moments of a game.
Oh, again, Lee is disappointed. She's pushing herself. Why don't you go a little forward? You're just standing there. Push forward. Push as much as you can. Lead to serve. A bit of luck here. Apology note by Lee.
The semi-finals are going on, and China are on the cusp of making it to the finals in the women's event. All the world-class players descending upon Bhubaneswar. Well, it's ultimately though a game point for Lee, and she's got a chance to hold us on a little longer in this match, hold China a little longer.
Rangi Lee to serve. We definitely want to finish it. Okay. She said, we prepare for these kind of things. We go for these kind of lot more simulation training to finish off things. Even if we are down in the final game, we practice it hard enough with these high-level simulating points. And now the lead is equalized, then all.
Yes, and some youngsters have turned up here to watch the action here at the Kalinga Stadium, and Wang has got match point. He went for the big booming forehand, but it's flicked the top of the net and that's gone. These matches coming to you from Bhubaneswar. Government of Odisha has done fantastic work in terms of making this facility and for giving fans the opportunity to watch this. China are through. It was never in doubt, was it? They are now going to go into the finals of the women's team event here at the 28th Asian Table Tennis Team Championship Bhubaneswar. Wang Gidi is the only one though in the Chinese team today who hasn't dropped a game. But overall, he would say that the Chinese tournament over the Republic of Korea.
Yes, absolutely. Complete domination out there. You could see that Sun Yin-cha already packed up, wrapped up, preparing for finals. Let's come back to again defend our title. So we could see players are wrapping up table number 1, and our action pack is still going on in the stadium. Indians are cheering up for Ankur Bhattacharya ji, who's leading in the 5th game by 1 point with 2-1.
Yes, it's quite an action-packed day here because it's the semi-finals classification matches. Look at the umpires; they're also ready for this.